Hello and welcome to Prison Architect Alpha 18. Now, this is a very big alpha update, which is pretty darn awesome. It includes reform and training programs and qualifications and education and reform. I said that twice, but still there's lots of reform. And it basically adds a completely new layer to the game, which is amazing, and you get to basically brainwash your prisoners into submission, kind of, sort of, ish. It also has its downsides. There's like no one working in your workshop anymore. Well, there is for me, because I've done stuff. Also be careful of other jobs in the prison, because they might have been unallocated. No one can work in your kitchen. Kitchen, that's the one, unless you do something, which I'm going to show you now. So, I've already said you can train, educate, and reform your prisoners. You can do this by the New Programs tab in the Reports menu. Here it is, there, just in between Grants and Finance. Now, you have to actually unlock these programs. At the moment, all of mine are unlocked, because I've gone through all of the tabs in bureaucracy. Labour gives you the workshop and the kitchen one, and the new education one gives you all the education-y stuff. And there's 2, 3 more here that I'm going to unlock slightly later on to show you that, but that's slightly later in the video, so we'll leave that for now. Right, there are lots of different programs. Each different program has its benefits. Each program costs more to run per session. The little grey blocks, well, yeah, they're kind of blocks, indicate how many people can be in each session. The little black blocks indicate how many people have enrolled in the session, and it also shows you which person it is. Breathe, man. Okay. So, you can hover over each one to see how much they are. It also shows you how many sessions a person's going to need before they can possibly pass. There's actually like a test they have to take, and if they fail, then you just wasted all that money on them, and you can scream at them, because that's money wasting, and it's very annoying. Most of them are voluntary, i.e. the prisoners have to actually want to do the program. You can't just force them into it. Other than behavioural therapy, then they just have to go. That's, you know, someone's going to come and drag them into the therapist's room and point at them, something like that. Don't really know what happens in there. It's up to him or her, depending on... yeah. Okay, so most of them are voluntary. It really depends on how your prisoners are feeling, so if you've got a high danger level, they're probably not going to want to do anything, which is why I haven't been able to get anyone to do the carpentry apprenticeship one, because, yeah, just not happening at the moment. Gonna try and do that, hopefully by the end of this video. So, the different programs include Foundation Education, General Education, Workshop Safety Induction, Carpentry and Apprenticeships, Kitchen Safety and Hygiene, and behavioural therapy. They are the 6 different things you can do. Right, turning to second page of my list. I have like 2 A4 pages of lists of stuff I've got to go through. Right, let's go through workshop safety first. You require prison labour, and then you require a workshop. And you need the prison safety to actually have people work in the workshop. So it's something you want to do fairly early on. Each session is 2 hours long. It costs £100 per session. That is just the session. If you have multiple people in the session, it still costs the same amount. It's a practical skill. That's important. I'll come to that later. It's easy for them to complete. Yeah, I've got about a 60% completion rating, which you can see in the reports. 61%. Ooh, good. And 2 sessions are needed for people to be able to actually complete the thingy-majig. Now, when they're in there, at the moment, it's free time and there's no one in there and they're all going to go to sleep, so it's probably not the best time to be showing you this. But it'll actually show you on the people how involved they are in the session and how well they're learning it and what the percentage chance of them passing it is. It's quite in-depth. I'm genuinely... what are you doing? Never mind. I'm genuinely liking it, and it's actually taught by the foreman who comes from his office. He gets off his ass and actually stops eating the donuts. Not saying that all foremans eat donuts. I'm just making that kind of generalization. And he comes to the workshop and he actually starts teaching people, which is great. And it, you know, allows them to then move on to the carpentry apprenticeship if they finish the workshop safety one. That's 2 hours per session. It requires a carpentry table, which is a new object. Ta-da! Carpentry table. Objects. Carpentry table. Costs £1,500. Dollars. Ouch. That's a hefty amount there. Each session costs £500, and I believe it depends on how many carpentry tables you can actually, for how many people you can have in the session. I've got 1, so I can have 1, so I'm spending £500 per session. Ouch. It requires 5 sessions for someone to be able to complete it, and they make Deluxe Beds. They're not called Deluxe Beds. They're called some other special kind of bed. I think they might be called special beds. And they're blue and they're made of wood, and you can sell them for, I believe, $400. Citation needed. And you need sawn logs from it, which means you need a saw, you need a forestry place with gardeners, and that's all in the other alpha updates. So if you need to check back, go do that. Money! Yay! And it's also an advanced program, so the chance of them actually finishing it and completing the test at the end is low, which is kind of annoying. I've also noticed what I think is a bug. I don't know if it is, but the little dog signs are like everywhere. Never mind. It's an alpha. What can I say? Moving on to the other side of my sheet. Kitchen, safety, and hygiene. It's led by a cook. It's 2 hours. Cookers are needed, which means you lose a cooker every time there's a session on, so be careful about that. It's $100. The currency is in dollars. $100 per session. It's a practical thing. It's easy to do, and it's completed within 2 sessions. Now, no one is currently doing mine, even though I've got 13 people interested in it. And the reason is... no one's interested. The reason is I haven't actually set it up in deployment as a job. You do need to set it as a job if it would come up. That's a bug. Don't look at that. That's quite clearly a kitchen. But if you can set it in your kitchen, which you probably can, if not, I'll put that in the Mantis bug tracker. You'll be able to get people to go and start working in your kitchen, which is pretty awesome. And again, it's led by a cook, so that loses a cook as well as a cooker. Next is behavioural therapy. Here we go. Behavioural therapy lowers prisoners' aggression point, as I put it. The devs call it the boiling point, which is, they're both the same. It's the point at which the player explodes, not in like a bloody mess, but they just, well, they make a bloody mess, then they break everything and stuff. It's kind of annoying, but half the fun of the game. Well, it's a percentage of the fun of the game. The game is freaking amazing. It takes place in the psychologist's office. It obviously requires a psychologist, which means it requires the bureaucracy thing for a psychologist. 2-hour sessions, 5 sessions are required, $200 per session. Each prisoner needs a chair in the psychologist's room, which means if you only have one chair, the psychologist loses his chair during the session. And prisoners are referred to the psychologist. So if I start a session at, say, where's it gone? It's moved up. At 10 till 11, 2 hours long, one person can be in there. If I put another chair, might be 2, and my $200 will be well spent. It's an intermediate session, which means it can pass, it can't pass. If it does, obviously, your aggressive prisoners, and they're referred because they've been aggressive in the prison, they've destroyed something, they've hurt someone, will drop down, and everything will be hunky-dory and people won't die. Well, they probably still will. Next, we have Foundation Education Program. Now, I actually get to do some building, because I haven't built a classroom. The Foundation just gonna get my mouth to work again. Foundation Education Program. There are 21 people interested in it. People want to be educated. It's led by an external teacher. You have to hire in a teacher. It does it automatically when you have a classroom and you've started this program. Teacher will come in. You have to have it in a new classroom room, which I'll show you in a sec. School desks, that's new, and you need an office desk in there as well. Each session is 3 hours long, and you need 10 sessions. Which is, you know, to be honest, you don't learn stuff in a class. It would be cool if you could just plug yourself into a computer and be like, oh, I know everything in the world, but that doesn't happen, or yet. It's an academic subject instead of a practical subject. Now, I'll explain the difference between those two. Basically, there are some people that are more inclined in the prison to want to do practical things, and there are some people that are more inclined to want to do academic things. It's basically that simple, but it means you get different interest levels and things, and it really depends on what the prisoner has actually done to if they want to be academic or if they want to be practical. It's also an easy course or program. So let's go ahead and build ourselves a classroom. A new thing that I will point out while I've got this open. It now shows you how many of each room you have in the prison. So I'm looking for one I don't have yet. I don't have that one either. There's a fork. Okay. Right. classroom. Here we go. So the room requirements are 5x5, indoors, school desk, and office. So let's go into our objects menu and let's get our... Actually, let's get the school desks first. Oh, look, they've got little chairs and everything. That's cool. And they are 2x1. So let's... I don't know. What way around do we want it? We could have them all facing this way and the desk there, or we could have them all... That's a long way for like a teacher to walk up and down in front of the class. I might do this way, but the people at the back are going to have binoculars. That's, yeah, oh well. I'm sure they won't mind too much. Sounds like fun, actually. And you can only have 20 people in one class at a time. So, although I could probably make this slightly more efficient, I could put more desks in and then still have walkways. I don't want to go over 20 because then I'd just be wasting money. So that's 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I could have 20, but it would get in the way of the door. So let's get the desk and we'll stick it. Is that the way around? No. There. Okay, and I will put a chair down just in case, you know, they wanna sit. You don't have to. It's just me and a bookshelf. Let's put a... No, it's not a bookshelf. Where's my... Oh, I've got to go into the bigger menu. There we go. Bookshelf. And a filing cabinet. There you go. They can... That's where they store all the grades and stuff. I want, like, projectors and stuff. Right, well, anyway, we'll let the building crew put all that stuff in, and hopefully that little triangle will disappear. Let's set up the foundation level program. Only one person is now interested. If you notice the trend here. I build it, and they go, actually... Lol, we didn't want you to build it. But, oh well, there we go. We got one person. Wow. Just one. Out of the possible 19, that's probably not 19, but it's close, places we can have one person. Two people! I commend you. 4! Right, they're getting interested now. Okay. So that's the foundation course. I've been over that. Next you have the general education qualification. General education yeah, okay. And this is also led by a teacher in a classroom. Session length are 3 hours. Each prisoner requires a school desk. It's voluntary. Hire externally. Students sit. Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious. It's an academic and it's an intermediate subject instead of being an easy subject, which means it's harder for people to get, and it lowers things and makes people happier. That's the general gist of giving someone an education in a prison, and also the fact that you're reforming them so they're less likely to go out and do what they did do to come into the prison when they leave the prison. Bing! Yeah. Anyway, that is the general qualifications. Now, that is all of the different programs. Have a go. I'm still trying to work it out, but that's the basic gist of it. As I said, I cannot get anyone to do this carpentry apprenticeship, and therefore I cannot show you the amazing super bed thing, which you can only sell, as I've said before. Ooh. Also, the general education qualification, which rhymes, and I like saying it now, the general education qualification, takes 20 sessions. So it's twice as long as the foundation education program, which just doesn't have the same ring as general education qualification. That's going to be my new motto. Right. I've gone over that. Now, where I've lost my place in my large and extensive list of things to go through. I've finished that page. It can go over there. Next is prisoner experience. Now, this is a new feature that's been added to the rap sheets of every prisoner. So if I set this, click on this guy that wants a poo. There we go. And now click on this new experience tab, which is awesome. Ah, brilliant. He's got lots of stuff here, except his reform program history is empty, but we'll find another person that's got that. So, you have this new activity, and this shows what they do throughout the day. So, he does mostly 3-time stuff, a little bit of sleep, well, a fair amount of sleep. Regime things, I believe, is stuff like having a shower, things they have to do other than 3-time. And lockdown is the time they've spent in solitary confinement or in general lockdown and stuff like that. And their mood is obviously how they feel. If there's more normal, then, you know, they're happy. No one's going to be excruciatingly happy in a prison unless there's, like, you know, a cinema and a bowling alley and a swimming pool. But that's like, you know, that's a pretty decent prison. You're running a kind of strange prison. It's more like a hotel. But that's not this prison. This prison is kind of grimy and grr. But people are kind of happy. And suppressed, which is the condition. Now this just shows how suppressed they are. So this person is probably really hungry and has eaten lots, so he's fed suppressed, or whatever it's called. Or he's been locked up for a long time and is now just not willing to do anything. Don't beat the prisoners, promise. Now let's find someone who is in a reform program, and I can show you that last one. Loads of people are interested. Well, actually, no one's. Is someone interested? No. Well, balls. Oh. Okay. Right, let me find someone here. Is this you? God, that's noisy. Nope. Is it you? Nope. How about you? There we go. Workshop, safety induction, success. It'll also tell you if they failed. So that's how you can find out if people are doing your reform programs and if they are actually working. So that is the prisoner experience. My handwriting's terrible. It takes me that long to read it. Moving on to... Well, it's kind of the best to last. I actually really enjoy the reform aspect of the game now. This video is probably going on. I should start speaking quicker. New thing, Armory Upgrades, more weapons. Yay. So, if I go back to the mildly kind of shuffled Armory, it wasn't like this last time. They, yeah, probably had some drunken party or something and started knocking things over. Should always drink responsibly-ish. Right, there are now more weapons. The more weapons include tasers. Yeah. Which are these things? Here, you can see them in the racks. They've been there, you just haven't been able to use them. There is also, I say more weapons. The next thing kind of isn't a weapon. It's body armor. But I suppose you could use it as a weapon if you just hit someone with it a lot. And body armor reduces damage to all your guards by 50%, but makes them 30% slower. So they walk around a lot less. Now that couldn't be bad, because if there's a riot and all of your guards for some reason, might not happen, are on one end of the prison and the riot's on the other end of the prison, they're going to take a lot longer to get there. So that's just something to keep in mind. It also costs $100 for each body armor unit, and that's every time you buy a new guard from the point when you unlock it in Bureaucracy, which is here. So you have body armor and you have tasers. Now, as far as I know, when you unlock this for good. Which means every time you add a new guard to your prison, you are adding more money. Or you're having to spend more money. So we'll get body armor, and we'll also get tasers. Just say it right, tasers. Now these things cost £400, but they're only allowed to be given to armed guards, unless you buy that one. But we'll talk about that in a bit. And these are £400 per item. Lots of P's there. I hope my pop shield's working. That's making it worse. Why would I do that? For your arms guards to actually gain your taser once you've unlocked it, I'll just put it in really speedy mode so this goes quickly. They have to actually go to the armory to be able to actually pick it up, which is kind of cool. But when the gun is discharged, it then takes an hour to recharge, and they don't have to go back to the armory and get a new one or plug it in. It just recharges automatically, which again is nice because it means in a situation where you can't get back to the armory, you're not royally screwed. With armed guards, if you hit the weapons free button down here, they will just shoot the people with a shotgun and disregard the fact that they have a taser. Tasers are non-lethal and make people unconscious when they're shot, and it's a one shot every hour. So, kind of useful, because if there's two people coming at an armed guard, he can taser one and blow the head off the other. It means one lived. Bonus. That means you get more money as well. So, while those things are unlocking, I will continue on with my list. Right, the one thing I showed you here, which is the Taser Roll Out, which I'll show you after I've spent hours, according to this, researching these other things. I might skip forward in a second. You get Taser Roll Out. Now, this is undecided whether it's actually going to be in the main game, because it could just break it, quite literally. And this basically gives all your guards and all subsequent guards a taser. So if a riot or something breaks out, they just zap them, and it's quite funny. And again, I'm going to try and demonstrate this. So I'm going to wait a bit until these are finished. See you in about that long, right there, that length of time, because body armor's done and everyone is going to go get it and spend lots of my money. Ah. Oh. Oh, look at them. It's like a mad dash shopping spree for safety armour. And it's all done. Oh, and I got my money back. Good. Well, there we go. Now we got to wait for tasers. The next fun and enjoyable moment. And tasers! The ding represents taser. And there it is. Look, he's got it on his belt. Stay still. Pause. Taser. Cool. So they've now got all tasers. So if a riot kicks off, they're going to zap people. And also, because it's been unlocked, you can now get the Taser Roll Out, which I'm going to. Because why the hell not? It sounds fun and game-breaking. So, before I turn the whole prison into a complete and utter pile of crap by causing a riot so everyone can see what the tasers do, because it's funny, I'm just going to go over a couple other bug fixes and things that have happened, or things I've noticed, little tweaks and changes. So, interface scaling, i.e. with resolutions and things, sometimes it wasn't working on people's monitors. That is being continued. It's not fixed, but they're fixing it. Number of rooms in the prison, I've showed you that before. Fog of War is no longer rendered in time-lapse videos, which means you don't get cameras just going back and forth. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Visitation now ends during a riot or bang-up as soon as it begins. So, hopefully, all of the families don't get caught in it. And I think that's a pretty good thing that's been added there. Utilities can now be built under the road. And I've just remembered I was going to put yay with the utilities under the road, but I completely forgot and now I've ruined the surprise. Oh well, you can build utilities under the road. That includes electrical cables, large pipes and small pipes. And what else we got? Small laundries and cleaning cupboards now are actually shown up as rooms which people can work in. Sometimes you had a small cleaning cupboard. I know I had in the Let's Play series. If you don't watch it, go watch it now. Where the cupboard was the right size. It was within the size limit, whatever it is. I think it's like 4x4. But it wouldn't ever come up, and I had to make it bigger. But now apparently it will. So yay, I can make my cleaning cupboard smaller again. But I don't want to because it looks good where it is. Dogs are also fixed. That was fixed. Dogs are thick. They're not. They're pretty awesome, to be honest. Dogs are fixed. They will no longer get stuck in the door frame, which was a persistent and annoying problem. If you've ever had a dog stuck in a door frame, you know what I mean. You probably haven't, though. It's an odd one. And other just little bits and bobs. I don't know if this is new, but when you hit on the jobs, it makes a cool noise and it cycles like one of those airport thingies. You know, tell you if your flight's delayed. It was going frantically earlier on. It's kind of slow at the moment, which is disappointing. But it's kind of cool, and you just kind of want to watch it and listen. Okay, moving on. Actually, I'm moving on to the end, because now all I've got to do is start a riot. Now, that's going to be probably pretty easy, because 30 prisoners have just turned up at the door. And, actually, have I got Taser Roll Out yet? I haven't. More speed! And may my evil army of taser-bearing guards be born! God, that hurt my throat. I've got to do the evil laugh anyway. That's going to have repercussions. Wow, look at them go. That is a lot of tasers. Do the dogs have tasers? No, the dog handlers have tasers. That's cool. That was a tree falling down, if you wondered what that strange, slightly fart noise sounded like. It wasn't me. I promise. Although my throat now hurts. That's my own thought. They are still coming. That was a lot of money. Actually, they have just... look at the money! So, be careful while buying lots of tasers, because it causes all of your money to spontaneously disappear. Quite an annoying thing to happen. And, yeah. At least I'm making money. That's a good thing. So, now we have the fun job thing part. We've got to make the prison go into a riot state. Now, how am I going to do this? I've got a pretty good idea. So, we need a centralized location in the prison where we can stuff all the guards so they don't stop the riot from occurring. So, my kind of first idea was, well, actually, it's my first and last, because it's the one I'm going to use, is the holding cell. The holding cell is a prime location. It's in the middle of the prison, and everyone can get there quite easily. So if I put this one into shut mode, and then I put this door into, actually just put it into normal mode. Now, trick, highlight entire prison to select every single guard. Done. That's a big blob of guards. Do they fit? Okay, it's going to be the guard convention of 2014 on today, the 28th of February. That's the one. Click! Okay, now we got to get ready to close the door behind them. Did I just fail and click with the wrong button? I might have. Let's do that again. No one noticed. Right. And go! There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Let's put it in open mode. We're gonna get as many guards in here as we can. And we're gonna have to keep doing it, aren't we? Yeah. In you go. In you go. In you go. That's it. Yeah, this is working. In, and shut. Well, that's a strange sight. Can we all move back here? Move back here, maybe. Just out the way of the door a bit. Open, shut. My evil plan worked. So now the entire prison is actually going to go dark, which is a little bit disappointing, but we'll work on it. And actually, the game has worked out that all of these guards are now useless. I don't think we have any guards in the prison. This is going to go wrong really quickly, and I love it. Is that bad? Probably, yeah. So, let's mess around with the needs, because that's always... Actually, let's just press this button. Boom. Get peed off. Are you all peed off? Oh yeah, you're all peed off. 126 of you are peed off, and 8 of you also have serious complaints, and 5 armed guards are in service. Well, yeah, okay. Let's just see this happen. So, while we wait for the inevitable doom and gloom, I thought I'd change the holding cell into a staff room, so all of the staff could become untired and happy. If that works, with it not actually being a staff room because it doesn't have a seat or a TV or a... These people are demanding. God. Ah! Ooh, I hear the clanking of pots and pans. That's actually something else I need to put... Oh, that guy's hitting stuff. There are new sounds that I've heard. They haven't specifically said they've added new sounds, but I've definitely heard some people actually yelling at me. Like, proper yelling. Like, get out of there. Especially when I did a shakedown at night and rip someone out of their bed. Actually, it was just their head. It was kind of amusing. Unfortunately, I didn't capture it on video. Kind of sucks. So there's a bit of a congregation in here. You know, the guards have been screaming at these guys for ages to let them out, but no one is listening. Why is this taking so long? It's not even a riot. At least start a riot. You know, if you're gonna break things and molest people, you might as well call it a riot. You know. What is this? These people are obviously all... Well, actually, they're all there. Here we go. Come on. Riot. Start chanting it. Riot. Riot. I want to see people get tasered with the electricities. I'm not going to do that again. Okay, come on. It's coming. It's coming. Yeah. Just a little bit more. Bit more peed off. If I do this, will it... Oh! That was like an instant riot button there. Okay, how many people we got rioting? 5. Not so impressive. Let me click it again. There we go. More riot. Want more riot. 6. This is like a measly riot. Okay, you're very disappointing. Let's allow you into this area. Actually, just put it into open mode. There you go. Look. Look, now you can go spread the riot. Spread the riot. That's it. Spread it. You know, there's a canine unit there. You might want to be careful. Oh, the riot is spreading. Canine unit, I have to admit, is doing nothing. Ah, we got a riot up here. Okay, now we have riot. There we go. Brilliant. People are rioting. So now what we do... Oh, that's loud. Is we get the taser people. Actually, we're just going to release them. Here we go. Here, this is going to be fun. Right, here we go. Open mode. Open mode. Release the hounds. Do something. Ooh, there was one. Anything. Just do the taser thing. Look at them go! Oh wow, that was pretty effective. Right, you guys. We've got rioters down here. Everyone down here. I want to see some taser action. Oh my god, look at the place. They've trashed it. And... oh, that's brilliant. Okay, obviously it's only one use, so we gotta... Oh dear. Sure. Oh no. The guns are out, but it's alright. The guards are still using their tasers. Look at them just bounce. It's brilliant. All of you guards that aren't just, like, tasering people, come up here. We want some tasering to happen. This is good. Oh my god, I love them. I can see how it's a little bit game-breaking in the fact that you can just taser people. Like everyone can be tasered. There's a lot of tasering noises going on here. Oh! You didn't taser them. I realised there are only 34 people that could have possibly been tasered in that entire event. I spotted some of them. Basically, there's an electric sound and they bounce up and down, and it's pretty funny. So that was tasering. I could probably just run through with a load of armed guards. Not armed guards. They are... oh my god, I can't even remember what they're called. Emergencies. Riot police. Menis. And that'll fix the problem. Please like, subscribe, comment, favourite, share, and all of that amazing stuff you can do. I'm going to clear up this mess. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.